this is going to be a very physical game, and I thought our guys came out with a sense of urgency to play physical. There's some things, obviously, you're trying to work in terms of communication. You can't assume that just because we've gotten more practices and more reps that you want to make this week as much of a normal week of preparation as possible. So even though we did opponent introductions 10 days ago, we did them again today just like we would on a normal Tuesday. So in fact, I hope our guys don't know what day of the week it is, right? They just know that it's Tuesday. So that's kind of the mentality that you have to get to put yourself in position to have as normal of a week as possible.
Is there a good buy-in from the players for this one? Do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, this is number of reasons, right? There's plenty of motivation to get to 10 wins as a team, and what we've been able to do in the record of having that for 16 straight years. The guys that were here a year ago, had a bad taste in their mouth last time they played Michigan, and then simply, the pride of doing the best they can, sending these seniors out the right way, and then to me, building momentum for the offseason is always critical in bowl games. This will be my 26th bowl game I've been a part of, whether it be a coach's kid, a coach, a player, and they're all great when you win, and they're not very fun when you lose. So to me, it's all about winning the game and building momentum, for our program.
Speaking of offseason, and the NCAA really on Diego Pavia, have you guys spoken with Justin about next year, maybe when he comes back from it?
Yeah, we're looking into those things right now. I think we're really optimistic about JJ coming back for next season. It's something that he wants to do. So hopefully we'll have some confirmation on that here sooner than later. But it's all looking like it's in the right direction right now. I think it goes without saying how special that would be for our defense. When you have Jihad Campbell, Deontay Lawson, and Justin Jefferson potentially all walking out the door, and now you got a chance to recruit at least one of those players.
You were able to also make an addition at the linebacker position. How big was that? Eric, you can talk about that, right?
I don't know if we can.
I think he signed. So
Did he sign?
Yeah.
Did he? Okay. All right. Great. Yeah. So there you go. Y'all know more than I do. So excited about Makai coming with our program, and here's a guy that with a lot of experience, has played a lot of snaps. When you got him in there and had meetings with him and talked ball with him during his official visit, it was very evident how smart of a football player he was, how good of a communicator he's going to be. And so for us, having that experience with a group of guys that, a lot of reps, that we're losing out of that room, and a lot of mental reps. I think him and his experience is going to be critical, for us moving forward.
And we haven't talked to you since you get Cam Calhoun too. So what do you think of him as a player?
I don't know if that one is that one done too.
Yeah,
you announced them all.
Y'all just tell me who we signed. You know what I mean?
You announced them all on Twitter, so I'm sure that
okay.
whatever that means.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, excited about Cam Calhoun as well. Again, I mean, you always look at experience value out of the transfer portal, and I think that's what we're addressing, some needs from an experience standpoint of a guy that could play multiple positions. He can do a lot of different things. He's shown physicality. He's long. He looks like our guys. And quite honestly, one of the things that I've realized that we have to navigate here in the transfer portal is finding young men that believe they can play at Alabama. And more often than not, there's a number of guys that are excited about it, interested in it, but when the rubber meets the road, they don't think that they can play here. And so they choose not to come, which is okay. If you don't think you can play here, then you shouldn't come play at Alabama. Cam walked in the door with the mentality that he belonged at Alabama. And typically, to me, those are the guys that will be successful here.
You mentioned that you thought it was going to be a physical game. What about Michigan's offense makes you say that? What have you seen from that on tape?
Well, you've got a lot of different personnel groupings and packages with heavier personnel. So, 12 personnel, multiple tight end sets, two back pictures, downhill style running game, a lot of variations to the run game as well. And so, they're going to present a lot of different pictures to you, similar to how our offense does, but more out of 12 personnel. And then they're going to give you a lot of different run looks that you're going to have to constantly be adjusting to. And so they did a really nice job, against Ohio State of keeping them off guard, being efficient on first down, putting themselves in positions to go capitalize on third down and extend drives. And so we've got to do a really good job, of navigating a number of different runs out of multiple formations that we're going to see.
They've also sometimes struggled with ball security. How important do you think getting turnovers is going to be in this game?
Well, takeaways is what we call them, right? Turnover implies that they gave us the ball. Takeaway implies we took that thing from them. So, you know, we want to create takeaways. I mean, that's who we are. That's an identity of who we are as a defense. If you go look at our success as a football team, when we've created takeaways, we are really hard to beat. And when we don't, all right, that's, you know, been a problem for us as well. And so, to me, it's at the forefront of all of our guys' mind. They're doing a really good job of punching at the ball, raking at the ball right now. And ultimately, right, you hope those things show up on game day.
A couple more questions. But, you know, those younger guys are doing a good
Yeah.
How have you seen them kind of, it seems like they're kind of thrown into the fire, right? Like
Yeah.
with these bowl practices, and how have you seen them kind of respond?
Well, it's great when you can sign, right, a young man, and then literally within 2 weeks he's on your campus and you know, taking part in practice. Those guys, I think our coaches did a really good job in the off season, in the summertime, during the season, of even installing a little bit of our defense to those younger players. So it wasn't like they came in totally cold turkey. They knew some things, but I mean, we go right in and they're taking snaps. I mean, day one. So, and then they're going to the scout team and they're taking snaps as well. So really excited about those guys. I'll be, you know, it'll be great when we can get them in more in spring ball and all that stuff. But I would say from a defensive perspective, it's a really athletic class. Guys that, you know, look good in space, move well, can run. So excited to just get our hands on them. Where it's, you know, before you would sign a guy and then you'd have to wait 6 months for him to show up. It's pretty awesome. It's like I told our coaches the other day, it was like it's the closest thing I felt to Christmas morning as a kid. You know what I mean? To have new toys out there on the field to play with.
With those kind of guys, I mean, are any of them like wide-eyed? Because obviously they jump from high school to college, and they're kind of just jumping. Or do you see them kind of comfortable?
No, all of them are wide-eyed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all are. I mean, that's part of it, right? I mean, I don't care where you go. There's some guys that are more ready for college than others, just based off of the scheme they ran in high school, maybe the level of competition that they played. But there's not one guy that walks in with Jahad Campbell, right, or you know, Damani Jackson, right, or Tim Keenan, and thinks, oh, I know what football's supposed to look like. They're all taking those steps and learning. And to me, what's really great is having that eye-opening experience now in bowl preparation, so that way they can take advantage of the reps in spring ball. Usually half of spring ball, you know, you're spent guys just being wide-eyed because they don't know what a practice looks like. They don't know what the structure looks like. So I would anticipate the learning curve will help a little bit more as we go.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks guys.